But with that being said, the best way out is to get your pockets right. You know what I
Facts.
mean? So like,
Yeah.
get you a high paying skill,
Yep.
grind in your 20s, get your money up, save your money, and figure out how to either, create a business or do something.
Cash is freedom.
Right.
Cash is freedom. Cash is how you're able to do things, anything.
Yeah. I want to say something because I be hearing it a good amount of times where people be like if you have a job, like if you have a 9 to 5, like you're on some weak shit, right? And I be hearing that from time to time. I be like, man, like most of the guys that say that don't even have like shit going on outside of the shebang, right?
Right,
So
right.
to me, it's like whoever's watching, if you're in a loop of like, how do I come up, or what do I do to like make money? Don't try to copy the next person, or don't try to do what your idol's doing. It's okay to get a job.
Yeah.
It's okay to get a job. It's okay to start from the low end.
You got to get a job.
You got to get a job. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you're at Culver flipping burgers. It don't matter if you're at Jiffy Lube. It don't matter if you're at wherever it's at. If you're getting a steady income that's coming in, then that gives you so much leverage to do things that you want to do. You know,
And you
like
can't
these
get-
lights right here. If I didn't have a job, I couldn't get these lights.
And you can't get touched. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
if you got illegal money,
Yes.
they can't take your money from you.
IRS
You know what I
911.
mean? So you want to get that legal money, and
Yes.
then there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5. People that like clown a 9 to 5 and they're
Yeah.
broke. Like that's comical actually.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But you want a 9 to 5, and then what you want to do is you want to take that 9 to 5 money to
Yeah.
not work a 9 to 5.
Exactly.
So that's the goal.
You don't want to work a 9 to 5 and sleep on 9 to 5.
Yes,
You want to
exactly.
work a 9 to 5 and say, man, I got leverage now.
Really?
I could work.
Really, it's about getting leverage.
Yes.
You know, and there's multiple ways to get leverage. There's fast, but not secure.
Yes.
There's slow, very safe, and then there's smart risking, smart opportunities that you take advantage
FanDuel.
of.
No, I'm just kidding.
You get your FanDuel.
but at the end of the day, if you're broke and you don't got no money, the first thing you should do is get a job. Because nobody can do nothing about you getting the job.
Right.
You know, that's just part of life.
Right.
You get a job, but what you do with that job, money is the key.
Yes.
Right. Because a lot of people, they get a job and then now they're trying to stunt on their friends,
Right.
stunt in real life.
Finance a
and-
car they can't afford.
Go eat out, finance a car they can't
25%
afford.
ARP.
You know what I'm saying? And really just
No car, baby.
really messing up their future just because they want to have a good time.
Facts.
But in reality, being secure and free long term, it takes like, what's the word?
Building.
Integrity.
I was gonna say it, but I fucking forgot.
Willpower.
Nah, just move on. But anyway, moral of the story, like that kind of risk is necessary to get to that
Yes.
point. Taking that leverage and doing something with it.
What's
Correct.
worse than not taking a risk is the regret.
Yes.
The regret of saying, man, like in this moment in time, if I would have just, but now you're 65 years old
Right.
and you got cancer and you're
Right.
gonna die and you never did anything.
No,
and
in
your family don't
that,
respect you.
in that aspect of the world, you have to take some risk sometimes. You have to take some risk, and like at first it may be like, man, like I can't even do that, or that don't even fit me or sound right. But if the only way you know the answer is if you try it, and if you try it, it don't work, do something else. But you could try it. Whole time you thought it was weak as fuck, you tried it, and it's like, damn, like this is actually working out. So I would say the best advice is like, don't limit yourself because your mind is telling you you can't do it type shit.
Yeah.
Like push yourself to the limit and like want it. You gotta want it. If you don't want it, then yeah, go ahead, go to Culver's.
That's the
flip the
That's the
burger
problem with
and-
most people, brother. Like,
know.
they're lost. They don't even know what the game is.
They don't know what they want.
They don't know what.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't know what they want. They don't know how to get it. They don't know what to do. They don't know shit.
Yes.
So they just like, I just exist.
Yeah.
But the key to bossing your life up, there's not any particular like end result.
Yeah.
It's about getting to the point where you got it, and then you are who you are.
Right.
You know how you operate. It all has to add up. It's not just gonna come out of nowhere.
Correct.
So I read this in a book once. It's about like you get a job or you get any type of money, and you put that money to work.
Yeah.
You don't use that money. You put that money to work.
Correct.
Right? And then the money that you put to work is gonna give you more money.
Yep.
And then with that money that you got from that money,
You got more money to
you put that money to work. You put that money to work.
Yeah.
And then the money that 3 times down the chain, the money that thing makes, now you can probably think about what you're gonna do with that money.
Yeah.
Once you got levels of money coming in.
Yep.
You know?
I agree 100%. You know, I'm trying to get out of the rat race, and I have my own vision on what that looks like. I'm not going to share too much about it, but
Yeah.
you know, that's just what I think is the best thing for any American. I can't speak for what happens in other countries, but I think we can leverage the 9 to 5 as your common man, whether
Yeah.
you're smart or stupid or whatever. All you need is discipline.
Yes.
And the right decision making, and it's not hard to figure out what you need to do. Everyone knows what they should do. You know what I mean? So just do what you're supposed to do, and figure out a way to get you some passive income, so you don't gotta stay in that 9 to 5 loop forever. Like,
Correct.
And then throw some Hail Marys in there, like a podcast.
Yeah.
Because the
Or FanDuel.
podcast take over. I'm going to Vegas every day.
Yeah.
FanDuel in real
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
Slots.
Exactly.
Everything.
I think
With
about-
the camera on us.
Like think about Shaq. Shaq got
100 wing stops.
100 wing stops. You know what I'm saying? It's like you think about that and it's like, that's Shaq. He's doing 50K a week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, a day.
A day. For somebody in the beginning, it's like, how much do you need and what do you need? If you could get away with like 5 little corner stores,
Yeah.
and that's bringing you 15K a month
Facts.
to your pocket.
On
it's
top
like,
of your whatever you got going on the
like
side.
go buy a boat. Like
Yeah.
go enjoy your life.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
The
Not
money's
nobody
coming
can take
in.
that away from you.
There's levels to it, but the entry level of what you're talking about is not even that high.
It's
you don't,
not,
You
bro.
don't need to do a lot to have some passive income to enjoy yourself.
Exactly.
So it's like
exactly.
you could be Shaq, like he said, or you could be like I'm just living life. I got 5 properties.
I got
and,
5 corner stores.
and I don't want for none.
You know?
So
I got some. Part of my investments in that's paying me every day. It's worth a lot of money. Also, when I get the money, what do I do with it? I put it in stock market.
Right.
just keep
retirement
it
funds,
growing. Just keep it growing.
Buying real estate.
Yeah.
You know, real estate doesn't need to be like, you don't have to be Donald Trump when it comes to real estate. Like, you can just buy properties passively, because what does that do? It says, I got money today that needs to go somewhere.
Right.
Okay? I don't want it to just sit somewhere. Money sitting is not good. So they go and they buy property, because that property, that's like locking in that money today, but tomorrow. You know what I'm
and,
saying?
and it's gonna grow.
I'm buying it at this amount of money, $500,000, and you mortgage it for 20 years. Every year that property's raising in value, you know? But you already locked it in the beginning what it was. And whole time it's bringing you passive income as it does that. So it's like, you gotta think strategically what you can handle, what you can do, and you have to grow as a human being.
And not make excuses. People be like, "Oh, like inflation is this, and I can't get rich, or
I can't get eggs.
I can't get eggs. I can't." If you tell yourself you can't,
Yeah.
you're part of the. You're
You
part of the
failed
reason.
already.
Yeah, you failed already. I don't tell myself I can't do anything, even if I can't do it.
Exactly.
I say I can do it. I just gotta figure out how to do it, or I gotta boss up a little bit more. Maybe right now I don't got the means to execute on that level. So let me take in action and steps
Yeah.
without making excuses
Exactly.
to put myself closer to the thing that I want to do, and now I
Not
can do it.
farther.
Yeah,
Not farther.
So,
And here's the thing about like recessions and you know, inflation. That's real. But the process of becoming like financially free and stable is a process that doesn't really require a good or a bad economy.
Right.
It's a simple process of like putting money to work, you know? So if you do that even when it's slow, you can do it when it's fast. It's gonna take a little bit more effort, you know, at the end of the day, because it doesn't depend on good economy type shit.
Right.